Hey, this is Joel.
Hey, I'm Leo.
So recently, we've started increasing our frequency of content creation. So the videos we're doing once a week, we might do twice a week. I'm blogging 2 or 3 times a week. I'm doing SoundCloud voice clips every single day. And one of the things I've realized in the last month or so of doing this is that when you increase your frequency, when you put so much more out there, sooner or later you're going to get some kind of negative feedback.
Yeah.
And I think, for me, there was a point a month ago where this happened and I really let it affect me too much. But I realized that the only way to be able to keep going, keep putting so much out there and have all the benefits that come with that is if you really kind of figure out how to handle the negative feedback that comes in. So I thought it might be cool to just talk about how do you handle that.
Yeah, I think, and we discussed that a couple of weeks ago, and I think the key realization that I had is that we kind of came to is this the more stuff you put out there is you increase this surface, right? You increase this surface, this hit area that someone can hit you, right? And what that means is that so before you start putting more stuff out there and you say okay, I'm going to have this huge hit area, right? You do the SoundCloud, you do the blogging, you do this video. It's anyone at this moment in time could say something negative, so that you have to just expect it, right?
Yeah, you have to know it will happen.
You need to go in with the thinking it will happen.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's the first step that will solve many problems.
Yeah.
Just to be okay, I'm vulnerable. I'm look, I'm opening myself up. I'm putting all these stuff out there. Of course, not everything is going to be great.
Yeah.
And hit me. I'm expecting it. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, and there's a few ways to handle it, right? I think the first thing is to expect it, and then there's a few ways to handle it.
Yeah.
So I think Seth Godin has a really cool approach.
Yeah.
He's talked about this in his interviews. So he's turned off comments. The way he views it is that having comments is it's like you're inviting someone into your living room to hate on you.
Exactly. Yeah. Let them do it. Insult you in your own house, right? Or shit on your floor or something like that.
Yeah. That's one way, is just turn the comments off. And he doesn't interact with people on Twitter, these kind of things.
Yeah.
The other way is Michael Hyatt.
Yeah, I think he does it really well. Michael Hyatt, great blogger. He says he has a disclaimer in his comments. Is I reserve the right to remove any comments that I think don't fit into the blog or are negative. And I think that's a great way to just
that's a really good way to do it.
To parse this negativity, right? And get rid of it, not let it affect you, right?
Yeah. So I think just how to handle negative feedback. So in summary, I think the key is firstly expect it.
Yeah.
And then how to handle it. And the key is to get into a position where you're focusing on the creation, right?
Yeah.
Putting so much out there and not think too much about what's going to happen.
Shut yourself off from this response part.
Yeah. So cool. See you next time.
See you guys next week.